At GitLab, we both have key meetings and group conversations with the same content. The content are OKRs, what's different this quarter, and our KPIs, like what are the things we measure anyway all the time. And the reason that we have two different meetings with the same content is that there's different audiences. The key meeting is intended for management. For example, FP&A from finance has a big say in that. Like they ask a lot of questions. It's very probing questions. The group conversation is an opportunity to present it to the entire company. So every team member can attend. And the questions tend to be more about understanding, hey, what's going on? Can you elaborate? Can you give something more? Instead of like, hey, well, that's down. What are you going to do about it? So different tone, different audience, but same content, because we found that the content was overlapping to the point where we said it should be the same. And in general, you should have the key meeting first and then the group conversation. And then you can, anything that's not clear in the key meeting, you can improve your deck for the, or your content for the group conversation, but that doesn't always work. But that's the intention. Eric, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I definitely agree with the two audiences point. And I would add to that, I think the key meetings tend to be about things that can be measured, but there's of course a lot of things that can't really be measured, and some of that stuff is more appropriate for the group conversation, which, as you said, is a little bit more like an all hands. And the other thing I'd add is that in engineering, we've been pushing our key meetings in a handbook first direction. So the idea is we don't generate a deck, we focus on our public performance indicator pages. And if we were to say they're the same meeting, it would push that meeting a little bit more back towards a slide deck, a presentation artifact type meeting, which I think would be a regression. So I personally like keeping them separate for now.
Yeah, I think what people should understand for the key meeting, it's fine to add kind of more context content to it. It's okay to have extra slides. The content, like you should always have your OKRs and your KPIs, but if you want to give extra content, feel free to add that to the key meeting.